Hey, Nicole. And one day, Nicole's grown-up baby, because right now, that baby, I don't even think that baby can really talk, huh? Might just be getting there. So, two things. When I went to go start this session, I picked a frequency, as usual, right? And this time, I ended up choosing unexplainable miracles extend to you and your loved ones. Now, keep in mind, this is your child's chart rating. So, there's something special or significant about this. And I added the chart to my handy dandy Rolodex, but I have not actually looked at it yet. I'm going to begin with the cards. The next thing that stood out to me as a little bit different is when I went to start, I got the urge to pray. Now, you would think I prayed it before every reading, but I usually just lock in with a frequency because I pray like a lot at the beginning of the day just to stay in that energy. But for this one, I feel specifically like, God, please guide me as I give Nicole and her daughter the information she needs for what she has to do, because it felt important. So I'm going to start with, who did Kayleigh come here to be? Because it feels like baby girl has a mission, and I just felt like I just wanted to be sure that I was on it, that I gave you the information you needed, that you could be her support system so that she could achieve it. And the only problem she would have would be her ambition, like her goals, not any of the other stuff that sometimes block the rest of us. So, who did Kayleigh come here to become? Who did Kayleigh come here to become? All right. I always feel like that was me shaking some dice. Like it's a gamble. Like, drum roll, please. So, yeah, she came here to be strong. First and foremost, right? What stands out to me first is this liberator and this warrior. She came here to fight for other people. That's the grown-up version of her I'm getting. That's what it'll turn into as she gets older. There will be a fire under her to like help. Ooh, it could have to do with everything we're seeing in the world right now. Like technically she's going to be, please excuse any noise you're in the background, my family, wow. So everything she's seeing here, this is like, in my mind, specifically this card, this gives me Harriet Tubman every time I see it. But this is feeling like political warrior, somebody standing up for the people, a revolutionary, right? But she is growing up in the midst of all of this big political change. This climate is changing socially, and she will be witnessing firsthand some stuff that's happening, or will be, in history books. Which leads me back to this. The first two cards, which had me hesitate, right? So we got beggar and victim, and I feel the need to read those off first. So beggar confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. The next one prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others, right? So, I don't know what your financial situation is, but that's what I feel like this has to do with. The things that she endures during childhood. And it's like they're her struggles, but I'm not feeling like, you know how some people had like, and we'll go there. Okay, you know how some people had like crackhead parents, they had parents that might have sold them and all that sort of stuff, difficulties? That's not what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like the state of the world caused her life to be in a certain way where you felt like you weren't able to give her everything that you originally wanted to give her. So it becomes a part of her mission one day to go out there and make sure it doesn't happen to other people. So let's see what she's clearing out for your ancestors, what she's working on for the family, and then what she'll be bringing forth for the ascendants, the people after her. So what shadows will Kayleigh be clearing out for her ancestors, for their bloodline? What will she be clearing out? Patterns of suffering that have kept people in cyclical loops. Like self-fulfilling prophecies is what I'm feeling. Like, my mom was poor and her mom was poor before her, right? That energy is stagnant, but it's like in the DNA. So breaking free of that loop, that just because it happened before doesn't mean it has to happen with me or mine afterwards. So the first one was actually self-compassion. And this card says, embracing imperfections helps you find strength, a growth mindset, and resilience. A growth mindset is the opposite of this. Challenges will not knock her down. And that's because likely she has a strong support system. So whenever she wants to do something, whether she wins or loses, she still is going to feel like a winner because she tried. And that's different because it feels like there is a pattern of people in your family being afraid to try. Or if you did try, you got talked down by the other family members for even doing it. So coming into this, there is this feathered omen card. This is other people's projections and darkness and words that they don't even recognize as sort of cursing your existence because they're putting blessings, the opposite of blessings, over you. Right? So it says, even the sweetest birds harbor fierce intentions, self-deceit, illusion, secret. This is like the skeletons in the closet. She's clearing that out. Like, we don't do that around here. If grandpa used to be a drunk that beat women, we're not going to praise him as the best grandpa in the world. No, we're going to talk about the fact that grandpa messed up a lot of our females in our family. No, she is the chain breaker. That is backed by inner balance and inner cosmos. She is doing soul work. So that explains the miracles thing, right? Because what she's doing, and I'm going to pull for that next, like how it affects everybody going forward, is all the shadow work for all of you. Her Pluto was going to be strong, that one. But it feels like you have difficult conversations with her when she wants to know why the world is like this, why A, B, C, and D are occurring. You do not hide things from her. And that gives her the ability to think about it, to reflect, to clear, to express how she feels. And it seems like there's a energy of a lot of people not being able to say how they felt or just having to suck it up and deal with stuff. You don't instill that in her. You say, honey, if something's wrong with you, you can talk about it. You have people here to help you get through it. I think you teach her how to meditate and sit with her feelings. Also something that was not the case. But because of this, her base is going to be such a caring, compassionate person. When she sees somebody else suffering, she doesn't have to like go down in there and sit in there suffering with them, but she can talk to them from her area. She pours light into other people. And that's why it grows into this. What was a bleeding heart as a child, feeling like, oh, this is happening to people, becomes, I need to do something about it. Everything that I have done up to this point is so that I can say something, that I can stand up for the people who are not being stood up for. So, what is this going to change for your future ascendants? What is the work that Kayleigh is going to do in her life going to change for future bloodlines? What is it going to change for future bloodline members? That's beautiful. She is closing a cycle. This says full circle, completion. It is done. They don't have to go through whatever the loops were that you went through, or your mama went through, or her mama before her. She is in game. Okay? You have chosen to learn from your mistakes and move forward, closing out the cycle. Every layer of yourself is acknowledged. It's a layer that has served its purpose. You are now feeling your power by seeing your inner strength and determination pay off. Be proud of this moment and let it carry you forward. They get a clear board. Her marriage will be significant. Like, it sets the tone for positive relationships. Maybe that example I said about grandpa was significant, or having weak masculine energy in the family. She's going to have somebody who sets the tone. Like, you have you ever seen somebody who's like, oh, my parents were married for 30 years, so and so and so on? She's going to be that parent that's married for 30 years, and then her kids are going to strive for that. Everybody else's inner child is going to be good. Because of the work that you do with her. Everybody's inner child. There's no inner child wound here. What paused me was patience needed, right? But that's not giving me like a stall energy for them. It's giving me the fact that they get to work through life in their flow state. Like they get to build over time. There is not a survival wound in the future ascendants. Like if they say they want to go to school for psychology, they get to take their time and go. If they want to build a business, if they want to stay at their mom's house till they're 27, they get to do that because there's such a firm support system in the partnership. Notice how there's two females too. That's you and her. You and her set a new tone for mother-daughter relationships. And all the kids that come after her. This is my favorite one because I come across the child or inner child wound so much. To create a bloodline or a new ripple where all of that's closed out, nobody has to heal from their childhood. You know how powerful that is? That is a miracle. Okay? So, I'm going to see now, through the chart, what I was sensing through these cards. So, let's see here. South node in 10th, North node in 4th. This means going from being an authority figure in your career, right? To being wealthy at home, stable at home, stay at home. And she's meant to earn money from home. Empowering others. How do I see it's empowering others? Her North node is conjunct Kayleigh. That's like dark feminine destroyer energy. She's not about to play with people, okay? So, Capricorn rising, that's the builder. And I told you that Pluto was significant. Her Pluto is in 1st at the 26th degree. So, Capricorn at the 15th degree is building a long-term mindset for growth. This is a master builder. This is the mastermind, right? She's about her money, about her business. And her ascendant rules her sun in the 11th house. She came to build amongst a certain group. Bonus point, her sun is conjunct gold. You have a golden child on your hand, and she will be known for the things that she shares, her philosophies on life, her optimism. Her mind is always looking for the silver lining, and she can share that with other people. So that Pluto in 1st that she's carrying on her are her values, her sense of self-worth that you instill into her. And that optimism I was sensing, I can see it in her Jupiter. Her Jupiter's at the 29th degree. Keep in mind, the 29th degree is the magician. So she is going to take all the wisdom of her experience that she learns from not only you, right? Because it's in the sign of Pisces. That means it's pulling from past life, it's pulling from out of body, it's pulling from everything that came before her, right? She's going to use that once she goes off into college. She's getting her higher education. Absolutely. Like she's going to feel like she needs the structure for it. Because she wants to learn how to take things that are heavy for other people and make them beneficial. It's almost like her only mildly struggling, and she never perceives it as a struggle. Have you ever met somebody who grows up and realizes, like, dang, we were poor when I was little. I didn't even notice because my parent made the best of it. That's what this feels like. But it makes her such a good person. Like, my life was good. Everybody deserves to have a good life. I didn't know there were people out here struggling like this. And that becomes the basis for what she wants to fight for. So her Chiron is at the 12th degree in the 3rd house. Because y'all are so tight, that's sort of kind of in thinking for herself or trusting her thoughts for herself. Because you're going to be like her backbone. So she's always going to be like, hey, Mom, what do you think? But that's because she has her Saturn in Aquarius. That means you are bound to a certain team or a certain person, like you work as a duo. But you empower her so much. You create her sense of value, which is at the final Taurus degree. The 26th degree is like a final exam for, can you build wealth? Can you build value in yourself? And she can. It will be that she shares with others. And I know I keep saying she's sharing stuff with others, but it's like her healing ability. She came here to give herself away, which is why she has a South Node in 10th. Her career will be the thing she focuses on first, like number one in her life. Family will come afterwards. But You were her first partner. That's what Cancer in the 7th house is. Your mom is your first partner. Now, I see that Lilith and Pallas are together. Pallas is your unique genius, and Lilith is like your dark feminine energy. It's like my mother never told me I couldn't do anything, so nobody can ever tell me I can't do anything. She is not going to understand no out in the world. And if she hears no, she's going to be like, well, how can I make this work? How can I work against that? This is a powerful woman. Bottom line. Any setback she has, she's going to know how to sit with and then fix it. But not just for herself, for other people. Why? Because her moon is in Gemini. Her mother taught her how to express herself, how to express her heavy feelings, how to care for herself, and even times when she doesn't know how to care for herself. You teach her how to find that within herself, how to dig it out. She is cultivating a diamond. Well, I guess that's a gold mine then, huh? If gold is there, I was like, hold on, what you mean gold? But I did see that. And Midas is conjunct her MC. That's what she will be known for. She is going to take a lot of risk, but she will be able to take those because you told her she could do whatever she put her mind to. So, along with the theme of this video, unexplainable miracles, extend to you, your space, and your loved ones. And now I'm hearing the Celine Dion song, Because You Love Me. But it's you. You're her first partner. You set the bar for everything that she'll look for going forward. She won't accept anything less than that. So, have a great day.